Hi everyone, and thank you so much for jumping on your Wednesday evening for our Mummies Making It Happen event. We're really excited to be here. We've had a little break from our event, so it's the originals, Kira and Jacque, who are here tonight also. So we're going to be sharing some stories tonight around how we've built our businesses so that we can work around our children and spend more time with our families. Oh my gosh. So for me, my journey started just under 3 years ago when I actually met Kira, and I started following our amazing program, and I had amazing results. So I really just wanted to share that with the world. So that's sort of been our journey from there, working on our business and helping so many mums to be able to spend more time with their kids and work from home. So we're going to start off with Kira, who's going to share tonight around our amazing program. So thank you so much, Kira, for being here tonight, and thank you.
You're welcome. And this is Mummies Making It Happen. So if the kids are running in from time to time, this is how we do business around our children. So I came into the health industry about 15 years ago, something I'm extremely passionate about. In my early 20s, I had a health crisis where my immune system just totally crashed, and I was barely able to stand for more than a few minutes at a time. And what I found during that process of getting unwell, the more I went to the doctor's office and the more I was prescribed different pills and, different potions, the sicker I actually got. And when it got to the point of not even being able to really get out of bed and enjoy life, I was rock bottom, and I just said to myself, enough is enough. I have to find out why. I have to work out what is causing my illness. And so I took responsibility for my health in that moment. I did the research. In a matter of weeks, a matter of days really, I had an epiphany of the fact that my own health choices, my own lifestyle choices, my food choices were what were contributing to my ill health in the first place. And so it made sense that if I turned those around, then my health would turn around. And literally within 3 months, I had my health and vitality back. So that really set me off on a journey of just being so passionate about sharing the wisdom of whole food with the community and really just helping people get their health and vitality back. So long story short, I met my husband in the health industry, and we had 3 health and fitness studios on the Gold Coast for many years. And we had a real passion, as I said, for bringing people back to the wisdom of whole food. And we found people were just so confused when it came to what they should eat, what they shouldn't eat. There's so many diets out there, so many of them, there's so much deprivation around it and restriction. And so what we did was we wrote a program called the Juicy Body Transformation Program, which strips away all of that confusion and just brings people back to the simplicity and peace that comes with just eating real food. And so what that means is the program is able to meet people where they are at. So there's no dramatic overnight shifts and changes. The recipes are absolutely delicious because when you source whole food ingredients, you can eat chocolate cake on occasion without feeling guilty about it. You can have a little bit of raw chocolate every day if you want to, but we have clean KFC recipes, we have clean burger recipes, like you name it. If it's your favorite food, there's probably a healthy way to create that if you're starting with whole food ingredients. So the whole program is family friendly. It's husband friendly. It's got the husband's tick of approval because, when they've been working hard all day, often they want to come home to a yummy meal. That's certainly my passion anyway. So we are able to really just help people get great results with ease, grace, and flow, and help them build a healthy food culture in the home so that the results do not just impact them. Quite often it's the mummies who are wanting to get back to their pre-baby weight or just feel better and have some more energy. But I really think it's important that we influence the entire home when it comes to health and nutrition. And we truly believe that when people get on this program, they will never, ever have to diet again. If you really come back to whole food, you don't have to diet. You can just tune into your body and what your body needs. So with the program, we have all of our tips for success and, really explaining what whole food is. And then we have so many recipe books. So here's 2 here, recipes, volume 1 and volume 2. You can see our favorite chocolate cake recipe there. We have our food, exercise and gratitude journal. We have meal plans. We have our pantry and shopping guide. We have an 8-week challenge for those who do love to have, you know, a short challenge to fast track some results. But a lot of people just come into the main lifestyle guide and skip this step, but some people really love this step. And then we have our gourmet cleanse as well, which is once again is not about depriving yourself to get great results. And we also have our Wholesome Kids book, which is all about helping you build that foundation of a healthy food culture. We have other books as well. We have Easter coming up, and we have all of our chocolate recipes as well in books too. So we have our nutrition support, which actually came into my life when we had our health studios, and it's called Juice Plus. This is our fruit, veg, and berry blend capsules here. And we really just had a lot of customers asking us on a daily basis, what can we take to get the edge, bridge the gap, and really help them get enough, you know, nutrients and energy every day. And I was on the lookout for something that was in line with our whole food philosophy, because I really, you know, ultimately we would get what we need from whole food, but the reality is, even me, who I'm so extremely passionate about health, I'm not eating 9 to 12 serves of fruits and veggies every single day, because life happens. So when this product landed in my hands, I thought it was going to be just another one of those things that would be full of chemicals and things that, you know, I just didn't believe should be in our body every day. But when I looked at the ingredients, I saw a food label, and I saw all of the foods that we were really recommending our clients eat on a daily basis, but perhaps they were struggling to do. So I took it home, I did loads of research. I was blown away by what I found. The product has been around for over 25 years now, so it stood the test of time, and it had over 30 peer-reviewed medical journal published studies done on this product proving that it works. So we're talking about real science by, you know, real scientists, not backyard science run by the company. So it's pretty phenomenal. The product has been proven to increase the immune system and decrease systemic inflammation in the body. All disease is driven by inflammation. So it makes, and we know that eating more fruits and veggies every day helps to reduce inflammation in the body. So it makes sense that if you can get extra in every day on top of what you're already doing, and maybe even learn a little bit more about how you can conveniently get more fruits and veggies in your diet every day, you're just going to feel better. You're going to have better health, better well-being, better vitality. And just to finish up, people often ask me, why Juice Plus? Why do I recommend this as part of our health programs rather than any other supplement? And the reason is because it's whole food, and Mother Nature knows best. You know, when you have a synthetic vitamin, you might have, let's say at best, you might have 20 to 30 nutrients in, you know, a comprehensive vitamin supplement. Most of them wouldn't come close to that. But usually they're synthetically derived and they're fractured from the whole. When you compare that pill to an apple has over 400 key nutrients and about 10,000 phytochemicals in it. So we're talking about literally thousands of plant chemicals that our bodies need to thrive. And so for me, that vitamin pill just doesn't cut it. With Juice Plus, you don't pee it out. Your body absorbs it. It recognizes it because it's food. Because it's food, it's safe for pregnancy. It's safe for breastfeeding. It's safe for kids of all ages. I've taken this product pregnant and breastfeeding. As long as you can eat the food that's in Juice Plus, you can safely take this product. And almost every supplement on the market, we would not be able to say that for. And that's a big red flag for me. So what we've found is combining these products with our health program, we have just been able to have such a greater success, because Juice Plus helps to really just give people that desire for whole food, because like attracts like. So when you flood your body with all of those nutrients, your body wants more of that goodness. People are giving us so many testimonials are coming back around people wanting to eat more fruits and veggies. Their kids are eating more fruits and veggies. That certainly happened in my household. And yeah, just for me personally, it was better energy. My hair stopped falling out, which was just amazing, because I had like 10 years of anxiety around that, and I no longer have a problem with that. And just the inflammation in my joints subsided as well. And my kids are eating so many more fruits and veggies by choice now. So they're my personal results. So I'm going to hand it back to Erin. It is about the real people and the real results. And I'm sure Erin has some cool stories to share with you tonight.
Thank you so much, Kira. So tonight we have the beautiful Casey who's going to share around her results using the program and the product. So I'm just going to spotlight you, Casey. Casey's up on the Sunshine Coast. And thanks so much, Casey, for sharing tonight. We'd love to hear your story.
Thank you so much, Erin. I really appreciate it. I love pretty much any chance to talk about myself. I'm a little bit kind of like that. But when I have kind of my own results and my own story to share, it kind of reminds me of how far I've come and what my life was like previously. A friend of mine introduced this to me when I was probably about 7 months pregnant, and this was my second baby, and I figured I'd know how this rolls. I'd be able to do this, I knew what to expect. But honestly, like they say, every pregnancy is different. It was only a few years later, but still it really hit me hard. I was exhausted and I couldn't work out what it was that my body needed, because for me, I was like, I'm eating pretty healthy. I'm trying to be relatively active, but I needed like 2 naps a day. I was missing out on my coffee sorely. I was really, really struggling. And my friend saw that in me and she said, you know what? Do you want to have a look at this? And I again, just like Kira went, this will be one of those things. I'll have a look at it and I'll just go, why would I put this in my body? And for me, I'm not willing to put anything in my body. I mean, if it says that I can't have it when I'm breastfeeding or pregnant, I'm not going to have it at any other point in my life either. So when I looked at it again, I was super surprised and I kept trying to find the holes in this. And I was like, yeah, but I bet it's like this. And my friend's like, have a look. And I'm like, yeah, but I bet it's like, got something hidden in it. And she's like, have a look. And I was honestly blown away. It was the first week. And I remember going, I haven't had a nap today. I haven't even like passed out on the couch. I'm not cranky. I'm not, I'm not on edge. I'm not hanging out for bedtime. Like, what is it that's doing this? And my friend's like, seriously, fruits, veggies, and berries. And I was still like, yeah. So I could not believe how I was feeling that late in my pregnancy with my second child. My midwives were surprised. My doctors were surprised. They're like, how do you feel? And I'm like, I feel great. Like, even pre-baby, I feel really, really good. And I can only put it down to the one change that I made, and that was incorporating Juice Plus into my life. And this was a little before I realized that there was an entire program that goes along with it. So at the point that I worked out there was a program and that there was a shred challenge and all those amazing things that get added into this, my baby was 4 months old and I was really struggling with my baby weight. And I thought, I've done this before. I did this with my first child, and trying to lose that weight, which was probably over 20 kilos. I was overwhelmed, and it was really daunting because I knew how hard I worked the first time around and how lost I felt, and again how exhausted I felt, and I felt isolated from people. I was just cranky. The whole experience was negative for me. Weight loss for me was this big negative cloud that I hated, that I had to approach again. And when I started on the program and I jumped on board for the 8-week shred, because I thought, you know what, I've given everything else a go. I'm not going to miss out on this. And I could not believe it. It was one of those things that I was just pinching myself. I'm like, I haven't done as well as I expected myself to do. I was really hoping to, go really hard out, but I had a 4-month-old and I was breastfeeding and I live nowhere near a gym. So it was me by myself with my kids, no gym equipment, anything. And I didn't do as much as I had hoped I would, but I also had to be really gentle on myself, and I could not believe it. I'm still losing weight. But I didn't have a great week this week. I followed the program as well as I could, but it wasn't a really great week and I'm still losing weight. So it was like, I had to keep catching myself up going, this is actually working. This is actually working. This is actually working. And I can say by the end of the 8-week shred, I was super proud of myself. I lost 18 kilos and I look back at photos and everyone around me goes, I don't remember you being that big. And I said, I felt like that. I felt that heavy, that dragged down, that exhausted, that uncomfortable in myself. I'm like, I remember that. Past the 8-week shred challenge, I got straight on board with the whole Juicy Body transformation, and it was brought into my home with my children, with my partner who works away as well. So when he comes home, he has that luxury of being fed all the time. So I had to keep up with it. And it was incredible. My family absolutely loves it. I've got picky boys and they choose the things that they want me to cook out of the book, and we do it together sometimes. past the 8-week shred challenge, I'm not good with numbers. I lost further weight from that, and that was, you know, during Easter and all those really tough times, you know, family gatherings and things where you think you're going to slip and you're going to have to fall off the wagon and start all over again. I was still just following the program and being really gentle on myself and giving myself, you know, a little bit of leeway on those days that were a little harder than others. And by the end of it, well, up to date now, I've lost 25 kilos, and I've never gone back and forth. I've no more of this yo-yo, no more my weight's up and down, none of that. It's just been, like, it sounds really silly. It's been easy. It's been easy to implement. It's been easy to keep on board with. It's just been really simple, and I'm forever grateful. I mean, Kira, the program's amazing. I'm not the only one who says that. But thank you so much, Erin.
Thank you, Casey. I love your story, and Casey's so modest when she shares her story. You have to almost push her to really share her real results. So thank you, Casey, and you look amazing. And I know you feel amazing, so that's the main thing as well. So we're going to switch gears a little bit now. We always love hearing stories about people's results from the program, whether it be just their energy levels, if you're a tired mum, weight loss, their skin clears and they're glowing and they just love it. And I personally love the program. That's how I actually came into the business. I found Kira on social media probably about 3 years ago, and I was following her 15-minute Fit Mummy page, and at the time I'd had my second baby, and I was really just looking to improve my health. I knew that I wasn't looking after myself as well as I should be. I'd had that stubborn baby weight that I couldn't get rid of, so I jumped on board the program, and I really quickly found that my energy levels increased. I was doing training for a marathon at the time, and I found that I just felt like I could keep running, and that was something I hadn't really experienced before. And I also found that if I'd had a really bad night with the kids, I was getting up in the morning and feeling like I could really face the day, where before that I felt like I might have needed a couple of coffees to be able to function and handle the kids. So that really excited me, and I just felt like I wanted to share it with other people. And I could tell that there would be so many other mums out there that were struggling with their energy that would love to do something like this. So I started sharing the program, and I found out that there was a business. So that really excited me, but I didn't really have a lot of spare time on my hands because I had the 2 children, and I was also running a family business with my husband, which was pretty much full time. So I had the kids in daycare a lot. I was also running my husband's business. So I really just started working my business into my life in the evening. Instead of watching the Kardashians, I could put some time into my business. And for me, you know, it was worth the time I was putting into it because I could really see the potential of this business and how it could change my life. So just by spending a little bit of time on my business every day around everything else, around the kids, after about 15 months, I was able to reach basically the top position in our company, which is the NMD position, which meant that I was earning at that stage about a 6-figure income. So for me, that was really life-changing because just being a normal mum, I'd also had another baby in the meantime. So I had the 3 kids on my hands, and there's literally no other way I could have generated that sort of income through anything else. So I was able to replace my income that I was, technically earning through my husband's business. So it really took the pressure off us. Then I was able to travel overseas with my little baby. At the time, she was about 1. We traveled over to America, and this year we're going back again, just my husband and I, and having a little bit of an extended holiday over there without the kids. So that's going to be fun. So for me now, the next step is we're in the process of selling my husband's business, which has been one of my primary goals the whole time, which is why I've really been driven to make my business work. And then my mission after that really is just to help as many mums as possible to be able to stay home and work around their children and really live the life that they want to live and be able to enjoy their kids, especially when your children are young. I feel like now I really appreciate every minute that I have with my kids being so little. So I just feel that mums should have that opportunity to be able to stay at home and spend time with their children rather than having to drop them at daycare, then rush to work, then rush home, pick up the kids and cook dinner. And that's really not how life should be. We should be able to spend those special moments with our children. So I'm going to share with you guys just one question in particular that comes up a little bit about our business is people might ask, I haven't really been asked it before, but it's kind of a common thing that people might ask, is that one of those things, or is that a pyramid scheme? So our business definitely isn't a pyramid scheme, because first of all, pyramid schemes have been illegal since the 1970s, and secondly, well, we'd all be in jail. But basically the way I look at it is that a traditional business, so most people have a job where they go in and work for their boss from 9 to 5 every day, and I use the example of Woolies, which has the CEO at the top, and right at the bottom of the company is all of the employees that sort of work the shifts, and they come in. At my Woolies, there's a Lisa, and she's really nice. She knows all the kids that come in. She's very friendly. She's been working there for about 20 years. But to be honest, for her to make her way up this company, to progress through the company, she's probably going to find it difficult, and she might need to do some extra training or go up against her friends for another position. So it's going to be really difficult for her to progress. And technically, well, what I would say is at the end of the day, she's really unlikely to ever become the CEO of Woolworths. With our business, with the Juice Plus company, we all come in at the bottom as a virtual franchisee. And the great thing is that we all have unlimited potential to reach the top of the company, which is known as the NMD position. So Jacque, Kira and myself are all NMDs. And the really amazing thing about it is that in order for us to reach the top of the company, we have to help other people to grow their businesses. So Kira and I have worked really closely over the last 3 years, and she's helped me so much growing my business. And these days I get to help all of the amazing mums on my team to grow their businesses. So it's a really different environment to what you would get at a kind of a 9 to 5 job, where people might be a little bit depressed and not really wanting to be there. But with our business, we're all very inspired. We love what we're doing. We love just being positive and promoting, a healthy lifestyle and loving what we're doing every day. So that's one of the things I love about it the most. So I think I'm going to hand over to Jacque now. And Jacque and I have been in the business for about the same period of time, and we have 3 children as well, both of us. Hey, Jacque.
Hi, Erin. Thank you so much for having me on tonight. So Erin's story and mine are so similar, except for the traditional business, basically. So I started my health journey 3 years ago, and was following Kira. So I was really keen to find out, what this awesome health program was, where I didn't have to miss out on yummy food and it was family friendly. So after about 3 months, I had really awesome results. I have a thyroid condition, Hashimoto's. So my mental fog cleared. I had energy. I wasn't napping, and I was able to lose weight, which I have always really struggled with. So my husband's hours were cut back by about $500 a week. So it was a huge cut for us. And I was starting to look at returning to work. I was a school teacher. I'm officially retired from teaching. And at that time when I started, I just had 1 baby. So since starting the business, I've added 2 babies to our family. And before we had our second, who is not quite 2, I had ticked over, a full-time income through this business, which, was a really big achievement for us. It meant we could tick some things off, like moving where we wanted to move, hubby not having to consider what his income was when we moved. And our main goal now is to retire him from his job. So he's gone part-time and now works 4 days a week. He's a muso, so we're really keen to retire him so he can do music full-time, and this business can support, him traveling and doing the do, which is really cool. So, that stress of returning to jobs between babies would have been huge. Our third baby, Evie, is 5 months old, and she was a little bit of a surprise. Jed was 8 months old, I think, and I got really sick, didn't know why, and oops-a-daisy. So, if I had have been in a traditional job and had to ring them and say, look, not coming back from maternity leave or something like that, it would have not been great for my career. Whereas this, it hasn't missed a beat. I've been able to take time off from building my business because I created some residual income, which kept paying me while I was taking that time off. So I just wanted to quickly share with you guys some of the bonuses that we make along the way really quickly. And you'll have to, I was a school teacher, but I do have horrific writing. So when you hit our first big level, it's a $400 bonus. And for us, that was really cool to hit that in the first month. And my goal was to pay the grocery bill. So our grocery bill was like, wow, you know, we can buy the organic products now. We lived in a rural town, so it was really expensive to eat well. The next bonus after that is $600. And then we have a $1,200 bonus. And the beautiful thing about these bonuses is that your teacher gets them as well. So when you are helping people and teaching people, like Erin mentioned, they're also getting the bonuses as well, and you'll be getting them when you're teaching people. So when we hit this $1,200 bonus, I got to shout the family a holiday away, which was really cool that I got to pay for that after, you know, hubby being the breadwinner for so long. And the next one we have is our $1,500 bonus. And then once you get to that pinnacle position, which Erin mentioned, which Kira, Erin and I are, it's a $3,000 bonus. So that was really cool. I got to buy myself a new laptop. I hadn't had one in years. It was really cool to do that and to spoil the family along the way. So you can see that our bonus money is really great, and the beauty of it is that you can keep getting those bonuses forever and ever in your business. So yeah, that's my story. I just, really excited to share it with you guys. If you've got any questions, make sure you reach out. I'm going to hand it over to Kira because I really want you to hear Kira's story, and she's just going to share a little bit more of that. Thank you, Jackie. So I came into this business really by accident, because my husband was the one who actually said yes to this business after, well, actually I mentioned at the start the product came into our life. It actually came into our life about 6 years ago now, and we said yes to the product and we were sharing and recommending it. But for the next 3 years, we said we love the product, but we don't want to do the business. And then finally one day my husband was like, you know what, I think I'm going to do this. And I was like, really? We're going to start another business on top of the business we already have? So I wasn't really that supportive, but about 7 months in, he had made quite a substantial amount of money that made a huge impact on our life. Being in traditional business, it was very up and down for us financially. There was a lot of stress and strain on us because of the time pressures and the financial pressures. And I had a lot of uncertainty about our future and where we were going to be, and, how we were going to ever get ahead financially. So this really, when he did well with Juice Plus and, with minimal time compared to our traditional business and these incredible results financially, I really started to see the light that this could be a better way. And at that point, about 7 months in, I just said, what if I can help us get out of our traditional business quicker? And, it was a huge step outside my comfort zone, because I had spent 8 years just being a mum, which is still my most important role in life. And I'm super grateful I was able to be a stay-at-home mum. But I had lost my identity in that role because I wasn't stepping outside my comfort zone ever. So I really lost my voice. I became very shy and awkward socially. So I definitely didn't think that I would be one of those people that would have massive success in a business like this. But the pain we were in financially gave me the courage to say, what if? Because the pain of that was greater than the pain of moving outside my comfort zone. In my first month, I was able to make $1,000 personally, which, was incredible to finally have an income again in my life. And it felt like $1 million. I just felt so abundant with that money. I was able to help with some bills. I was able to buy myself something nice without having to justify it. And I didn't have to leave my house and my kids to make that money. I didn't have to sacrifice being that present mum that was high on my priorities list. So it gave me a little bit of courage to dream a little bit bigger. And so I thought, well, if I can make $1,000, surely I could make $1,500. And literally month by month, I just took a little step at a time, further and further outside my comfort zone, with the support of this incredible community. So I didn't feel alone. So really, they believed in me before I believed in myself. And before I knew it, I had, made it through all of those levels that Jackie just spoke about. And, you know, it's just dramatically changed our life. We were able to retire my husband 9 months in from the business. So no more traditional business, no more staff. To have him home for breakfast for the first time ever in our relationship, to help get the kids ready for school. He skateboards the kids to school. He makes them breakfast. He does the breakfast dishes. And I get to go off to the gym. Like, it's just been incredible in so many ways, just the time that we have for our kids now. And I think that's the thing, you know, when it comes to money, money's just an exchange of energy. And it really just allows you to live life according to your values. And, you know, when you're living your life just to work and just to survive and just to get by, we're really selling ourselves short, because there's this incredible life to experience and experience with your loved ones. And when you're financially secure, you get to do that in a much more present way. And when you can do it through helping so many other people and impacting so many others, every single day is an absolute joy and an absolute blessing. I can't even describe it to you. I get to pass this gift on to so many other women who didn't believe in themselves the way I didn't now. And it's just the most rewarding thing that I've ever done. It's just amazing. So even if you're thinking, how could I, you know, it sounds amazing, but how could I do something like this? Just have the courage to say, what if? And just stop telling yourself, you know, those BS stories of why you can't, you know, live the life of your dreams and why you couldn't be successful, because I did that for way too many years. And yeah, I'm just so grateful that someone believed in me before I believed in myself. So I'll pass it back to Erin. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Kira. So thank you so much to everyone who joined us tonight. We are going to be jumping on for Mummies Making It Happen every Wednesday night. So we'd love to have you back anytime, and feel free to invite any of your mummy friends. And I hope everyone has an amazing night. And thank you guys so much. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.